Hi, everybody. It's another Tuesday Tips with Terry. I love doing these videos. It's so fun. I look forward to it every Tuesday, and I hope you're enjoying that as well. And a couple of weeks ago, I did a video on thanking your clients, and I wanted to do like an additional segment about that was a little more specific about one of the things that I do to really show my appreciation. But what's cool about it is it actually elevates my mood. I'll explain. So as you know, I'm a writer. I love to write. I journal in the morning. I write all the time. I'm carrying a journal with me all the time. Plus, I'm also writing copy and marketing, sales funnels and doing all the technical side of writing. But I love it. I really enjoy, pulling my clients' voice into copy and just helping them connect with their audience and all that good stuff. And I remember when I was, a teenager, even younger, I used to love writing letters. And I love the experience of finding really cool stationery and really neat pens that I just love the feel of. And I just had this really nice handwriting style that everybody's like, oh my God, Terry, your handwriting is, even to this day, when people look at my journal, like, oh my God, your handwriting is like script. And so I just love writing. Now, one of the things I talked about in that other video is how important it is to actually thank your clients. We get so caught up in doing business and, spending time trying to serve our clients in the best way possible, as well as managing our own business and growing new business, that sometimes we forget that the clients we've had for a while are really what's keeping us going and keeping our business healthy and thriving. And it's important to appreciate them for who they are. Now, I use the word appreciation because a lot of people talk about gratitude today, and I'm a big believer in gratitude helping you keep a good focus. But I like to create the distinction that I picked up from Esther Hicks, which is the difference between gratitude and appreciation. Appreciation has a much more pure vibration, and it's like the closest thing to love. And when you're appreciating something, you're seeing it only for what's wonderful about it. When you do it through gratitude, there's a slight distinction there in that gratitude often has a kind of a hiccup of energy in it, from the standpoint of gratitude is like you're overcoming something. So by acknowledging through gratitude, it's more about the thing that you've overcome. Like, I'm so grateful that I've overcome this obstacle, or that, something that I didn't like has changed into something I do like. Now, it's a very, very fine distinction, and it's almost a distinction that lives only in language. But if you kind of look at it from that perspective, you can feel the difference between one and the other. So I'm a big advocate of appreciation now that I have that distinction. So one of the things that I do, and as a business owner, sometimes I get very, in the tunnel, in the weeds, and I can, my mood can drop, or I can be tired, or I can be distracted by something else that's going on in my life. And it'll just kind of, make me kind of not feel good, or just have a bad mental outlook. And I don't like being in that place, but it just happens sometimes, the stories we have and whatnot. And one of the things that I've learned that really will just slice right through that and change my mood is doing appreciative inquiry, or actually just writing a list of things that I appreciate about, whatever the situation is, or a client or a friend, or whatever is going on that's at the heart of it. And when I actually look at it from the perspective of appreciation, then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I really do have a lot of amazing things going on in my life. And I also appreciate that, that person might have a specific perspective or something going on that's making them behave or act a certain way that I might not be aware of. So, it allows you to get a more, neutral perspective on things, and then you're not as fished in with what's going on. So one of the things that I love to do, getting back to the original thanking your clients theme, is that I love to handwrite letters. And one of the great ways to kind of get two benefits, where you're not only sharing your client appreciation and love for them and thanking them for how they've worked with you over X amount of time or through a certain project. But it also allows you to lift your mood, and it improves how you feel about not only your business, but about your life in general. So whatever's weighing on you, just stop for a second and either get out your journal, or if it's related to business or a particular thing that's going on, like let's say, for example, you lost a client. Well, you still have other clients, right? So instead of freaking out and like, oh my God, how am I going to make up that revenue? Or, what was it about that situation that they left? Get out a note and write a handwritten letter to one of your clients. Now, one of the things which stems back from when I started talking about when I was a kid, I used to love getting all different kinds of stationery, paper and pens, and just really enjoying the process of writing. One of the things that I started doing in business was I kept that practice up, and I invested in really very just elegant, high quality stationery. And one of my favorite, I don't know if you guys can see that, it's like a hydrangea, and envelope obviously matches it, is Crane stationery. So I'm a big fan of Crane. They make gorgeous, gorgeous quality papers. Now, there are a lot of companies out there that also do that. But what I enjoy most is, and I kind of stumbled, let's see, this is a thank you card, and it's embossed and it's gold. It's beautiful, but they're blank on the inside. And then of course there's a matching envelope that goes with it. And I use these just little note cards to draft a quick note to my clients to let them know, just something special. Or if I'm sending them a book, for example, I'll write a handwritten note. And just when I'm writing that, the message I want to convey is a message of acknowledgement and appreciation. Because if you're writing the owner of a company, how many people at the top are there? It's just them, right? So they don't often get a lot of positive feedback. They get a lot of people coming to them with problems, with requests, with I need more money, whatever the case is, they're dealing with their own stuff. So when there's this, glimmer of light that comes into their day through their mailbox, through someone taking the time to not only get the nice stationery, but also to actually write something thoughtful and something where you're seeing them for what they're doing. And I think that really has a strong impact. I know when I receive those from my clients, it goes a long way in making my day and making me just feel more special and acknowledged by them. So it really deepens that relationship, it deepens that bond, and it just makes you feel that much closer. In addition to that, writing a letter to someone of appreciation and acknowledgement will raise your mood. Try it. I think you'll be surprised at, going into it, just kind of get centered on what your emotions are, what's your emotional state, and then write your letter, really get connected to how you feel about that client, how much you appreciate them, be specific about what you're writing, and just let them know, do it in a very professional way, be honest, be vulnerable, and be yourself. And that's the most important thing. And just express it, sign it, and stick it in the mail, and just notice how you feel after you do that. So take a moment today to actually sit down, pick a client, and write them a note. Even if you grab a piece of copier paper and put it in a business envelope, it's still a handwritten note. And invest in some nice stationery. Check out Crane and Company. There's a bunch of other different ones that you can try. Or if there's a local stationery store, you can even get some cool stuff over at like Barnes & Noble or places like that. So anyway, that's my tip for today. I hope you find it helpful. And if you have any questions, you can always reach me at Terry@better3.com. Have a great day. See ya.